Hello, good morning, guys, and you are welcome to a new trading week. Actually, we are just trying to take a look at what happened last week and then some potential signals we are expecting in the coming week. Over the last 2 weeks, that's from the beginning of August, we've had several signals coming through, some hitting TP, others reversing, but we are still keeping our eye on few GBP pairs that are likely to give us a signal in the course of this week and beyond. So hopefully we'll be able to achieve a lot for this month of August. We start by looking at AED/JPY. AED/JPY trended actually for about 2 months before giving us a signal, of which the first signal, because we had a very close TP, we were stopped out. And if somebody was bold enough to put a pending order after the stop out, since the price was still trading below the trend identifier, he could have hit TP and beyond. Okay, so we move on to CAD/JPY. Signal is already gone. We can see price pushing up. Now that we have hit our TP, we are only hoping that signal reverses good and give us another entry to make some good pips in the course of the month. We go to CHF/JPY. The same thing happening. Actually, JPY quoted pairs are dropping this particular month. We hope they only drop in the first quarter, in the first half of the month, and then reverses to give us some good entries. And the beauty about the whole system is that since they were all dropping, we have actually hit TP in most of them except Euro/JPY, which has not hit TP yet. So we also look at EuroCAD. EuroCAD, this signal was given last 2 weeks, and it's still valid, but most of us were out when price actually went through a pullback. But we can still see that previous week's high was broken last week, and we're only hoping it reverses to give us another signal before the month ends. And we're looking at Euro/JPY. Euro/JPY has been traded for the past about 2 months or so. After a very strong consolidation over here, it took direction and traded all along. Now we got this signal here, which brought us to this level during the course of the week, and we can see a pullback. We only hope that it reverses to continue the trend so that we are able to hit our TP, or it goes back up to give us another entry. So that is the only JPY pair in our list which has not hit TP yet. Then we go to Euro/AUD. Euro/AUD actually is pushing up, has been pushing up for the past 2 weeks. Last week, super scalpers actually had a hell of time with this particular pair, bringing us down to about negative 100 pips with this particular pair alone. But on the higher time frame, we can see a strong upward push. That has broken the high of last 2 weeks. So we only hope it reverses to give us a signal before the month ends. Now we're also going to look at GBP/USD. GBP/USD has gone through a lot of consolidation here. And one thing about this system is that anytime there is a lot of consolidation, we ought to be happier because we are likely to get a breakout. Just like what happened here, there were a lot of consolidations over here, and after the consolidation there was a very nice breakout, which actually, so you look at the kind of consolidation that occurred over here, and you can see that anytime there is a consolidation with the system, we get a breakout that gives us some very good and entries. Okay, so that is it for GBP/USD. Last week we had a signal here which actually pushed down, did not hit the TP, and we are seeing a push up. So we have two things waiting for: either we are stopped out to get another buy signal, which we hope may break the high of last 2 weeks. And if it happens to break the high of last 2 weeks from the next buy signal, obviously we are going to recover what we lost and make some good pips before the month ends. Okay, So that's it for GBP USD. We come back to GBP CHF. This pair has actually been very good for the past 1 to 2 months. Actually, also when it has gone through a lot of other consolidations, we saw a very nice trend established. Okay, and from there we got some very good entries. Last week we had an entry, and then just at the close of last week there was a sudden change in the direction of the GBP base pairs, which this one is also one of them. We saw it pushing up. So if by opening of London section on Monday price is still trading around this area, we are going to put a pending order here. Okay, for those of us who had not taken the entry yet, we are going to put a pending order there, and hope that if it happens to drop and continue the downward trend, we make some money, or the upward push gives us a buy signal. Even if we are stopped out here and there is a buy signal, we are looking at maybe price pushing up to break this particular high, and that is when we are going to recover and still make some pips for the month. Then we go to GBP JPY. GBP JPY, after a lot of consolidation, 3 weeks ago, gave this entry, followed by this one, which has actually moved over 200 pips. Yeah, it actually moved 300 pips before it closed above our trend confirmer. If the upward move happens to continue, then we are going to get a buy entry which might break the high over here and then give us a very good pips. Okay, but for now I think we have not hit TP yet. Yeah, this is our TP. We had not hit TP yet, but if by the close of London session on Monday price is still pushing up and closing above the trend confirmer, we are likely to move stop loss at the entry. And then even if we are stopped out, the next signal is likely to take us to somewhere around this level where we can record some good pips. Now the next pair is GBP AUD. This pair has been pushing down after it gave us this entry for the past, let me see, 5 weeks or so. And now last week it was pushing up until there was a sudden change in direction which brought it down. But we are only hoping that the upward move continues so that we get an entry, and if there is a buy entry, our next TP level might be somewhere around this area, and that is going to give us around, even if we happen to pick our entry at this side, it's going to give us around 170 pips. Okay, so for the rest of the days ahead, there is still hope for us. We're looking at GBP CAD, and this pair actually has gone through a hell of time over the past few weeks, and is one of the most trendy pairs we have ever worked. Anytime there is this indecision kind of movement around, we are hoping for a very big breakout, like what happened here. You look at the last signal that was given from here, and it dropped over 500 to 700 pips all the way down to this level. Sorry, this speaker is not doing well. Okay, to this level, that is over 1,200 and something pips. Okay, following the trend identifier, still showing that the trend is downward strong. Okay, and that was after a strong consolidation from this level. Okay, and we are experiencing the same thing. We've been experiencing the same thing for the past 2 weeks here. And there was a buy signal that was supposed to reverse the pair from the long trend downward move, and a reversal from the BOE interest rate decision, and since then it has not been very consistent. I think we have been stopped out here, and price is still pushing up. Maybe at the opening of London session on Monday, we are likely to put a pending order, buy pending order, so that if it happens to continue, we still recover what we lost. Or if it does not continue and it is going to reverse back into a sell, we are likely to get a sell signal that will help us in the recovery. And GBP NZD2 is also going through a hell of time. there was a buy signal which actually pushed down to almost SL, and we are seeing a push up, and it's one of the pairs that could trend very well over time. So anytime there is consolidation in this system, we are happier because we know that there will be a breakout, just like what you are seeing over here. We can see how trend was defined by the system, and the trend was valid, and it came about after a strong consolidation here, consolidation there, and then it took off from here and never came back again, moving over 1,000 pips, which will actually give us the recovery. And we are experiencing a very similar thing here, a very similar thing for the past 2 weeks. So we are waiting for a big breakout that is going to give us some good pips. And the next pip is NZD-JPY, which we have already hit our TP. Price is still down, and we're only hoping that it pushes up some more to give us some good, some good buy entries. Our next asset is gold. Gold has now been identified as one of the most trendy assets with the forex embassy trading system, and because of that, there is this automated 15 minutes chart trading EA, the super scalper. We tried it. We've been trying it for the past 2 weeks with other currency pairs, and the currency pairs have their own flaws, but with gold on the 15 minutes chart has been very unstoppable. You look at what happened here. This is what it does. When price closes above the trend identifier, a buy trade is taken, and we have our fixed TP of around 50 pips, and this is what happened: 50 pips, 30 pips before the reversal, and when price closed below the trend identifier, it moved the 50 pips target. Maybe we lost some pips here, but that means we lost somewhere around less than 30 pips, which we could have recovered. And last week, remember, this is 15 minutes chart. We've not gone to the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is always crazy with the system, okay? And this is a 15 minutes chart giving us a signal and giving us 150 pips. Last week, before the close of the week, there was a sharp close below it. It gave us an entry, and we lost around 20 pips. And just a close above it, we got in again, and a sharp move to about 60 pips. And so that is how we are going to trade gold, because what was happening was that over the past few weeks or months that we've been trading with the system, anytime that we have a buy entry or a sell entry on the 4-hour chart, after our TP is hit, we are left, don't know what to do again, unless we use our re-entry strategy, which has not been easy. But now that we have this super scalper EA that is working perfectly with on the 15-minute chart, what it means is that at any point in time we are expecting a very good move even on the 15-minute chart. Anytime we have an entry here, though the system gives a signal here, but the super scalper is going to pick it from here and give you 50 pips. Super scalper will pick it from here and give you 50 pips. Again, super scalper will pick it from here and give you 50 pips. So anytime there is a cross, we are hoping for our 50 pips, and this is 15 minutes chart. Okay, on the super scalper, we don't wait for a signal, we just work with it, just with a close above or below the trend identifier. So hopefully we are looking for signal with this pair. If it happens to reverse this pair with current mode of trading, and then GBP AUD, our eyes seriously on it. We are only hoping it continues to push up. And then some few other pairs like GBP CHF, if it happens to reverse, we are looking at this level, so we could get in here and make some very good pips over time. Once again, thank you for watching, and if you want to have the forex embassy trading system, both the automated and the manual, we will be happy to assist you. Then we have a very good team, technical side, everywhere. Okay, actually we have the super scalper, but super scalper is only, let's say, 3 weeks old, 2 weeks with the currencies that got some flaws, but with gold on the 15-minute chart has been very unstoppable. And we hope you can join the winning team and make good pips over the next few trading days till the month. And thank you for watching once again.